2019, the volunteers, board of directors, and friends of the Longwood Soup Kitchen.
So I guess everything is a kind of a karma thing around here or in life. And I work on Tuesdays and on occasionally Saturday. We kind of, all of the cooks randomly pick a day that they want to work. I'm not sure if I remember if it was a Tuesday or a Saturday, but John walked in.
With the envelope.
Yeah, well, were you here? He walked in with an envelope, and he had gotten a letter. We do a pledge letter every year. And he walked in with an envelope, and he said, and my wife and I wanted to donate money. Gives me the envelope and says, is there an opportunity to volunteer? And I said, yeah, I'm sorry, John, there really isn't. We're full. We've got a wait list a mile long. Went inside, opened up the envelope, and the check was pretty substantial. You know, we get $5, $10. Well, this check wasn't 5 or 10, it was a lot more. So I ran out and followed him, and I said, you're hired. and it's a God's honest, true story. And it was probably, I've been responsible for salespeople in the past, and probably one of my best hires. Because he did everything. He became, God damn it, I said I wasn't going to do this. Son of a bitch. He became a very good friend of mine, so it was very positive for me. It was positive for the soup kitchen, and I shared with Andrea probably shortly after John, and I walked in here one day, and he said to me he wasn't much of a cook, but whatever. I said, you know what? We needed a body. He was there, and it was perfect. It worked out. It was the day that we needed somebody to volunteer. And I walk in one day, a couple of weeks after he started cooking, and I look at the table inside. He's kind of kneading dough. What are you doing? Making bread? He said, no, I'm making dumplings for chicken and dumplings. I looked at him and said, you're out of your effing mind. I mean, nobody does that. So he became something very special to all of us, and I'm just glad that we're able to do this. So, thank you all. I'm sorry for being emotional.
Andrea, I also wanted to let everybody here know, in John's memory, so many of your relatives and friends gave generous donations to this kitchen. And we all loved and were thankful for John when he was here, and he kept helping us even after. So thank you very much.
Yeah, you know, when decisions were being made, when we knew that John's time was coming near, he definitely wanted anybody who was going to make a donation to make it here to the soup kitchen, because he loved being here, he loved working with everybody, he just saw the value in it, he loved it, he loved being here. I mean, from a man who used to cook our kids hamburger helper and hot dogs, he went to a man of reading recipes and looking online for recipes, and
we felt a bit gypped, let's be honest.
Well, your loss was our gain.
Yes. Yeah.
So this means so much to us.
Yeah.
Colleen is the oldest one, and Megan. She's back there. She's the youngest one, and unfortunately our son Sean, well, he's in Hawaii. He's in the Navy, so he can join us, but that's why we're taping it, so we could send it to him. But yeah, I guess maybe the kids were gypped.
Well, you know what the cool part about it was that some of his Navy would come out every once in a while.
Oh, I bet.
And then there was this
yeah.
puppy dog side of it, which was like so shocking to me. But after I saw him, let's go. We got to get this done. We got to get it done now. We're going to do it this way. It's my way or the highway. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, hi, Rob. It was really surprising.
So you got the full.
I got the full
You got
month.
the full job.
month.
You got the full
Full
job.
month, yeah. And of course we had lunch at Bigelow's, and that was a favorite of both of ours. So it was very cool.
But he really loved this place. I know that at my kids' elementary school we do a community service week that we had started recently, and I was talking to him about it, and I said, you know, we're looking for another activity, and he said, well, why don't you guys do something for our soup kitchen? Why don't you make reusable bags? And I have the activity on Tuesday. I'm going to give the bags to my mom to bring to you guys. But the big thing for our community service project what I wanted them to do is I wanted the people who are involved in the places that we were donating to actually come and speak to them. And so brought my dad into a classroom, and he was in a classroom with first graders, and I just remember thinking, I'm like, I have no idea what's going to come out of his mouth. Like, I'm not sure. And I said, do you want to talk it through beforehand? He's like, I got it. And I was like, oh gosh, here we go. And he sat down, and I'll never forget how he led this class of 6-year-olds. And he said, does anybody know what a soup kitchen is? And they're like, oh, it's a place where people who don't have food can go to eat. And he was like, it's actually more than that. He was like, it's a place that for people you want it to feel like they're home, where they can come in and they can have a good meal and they can feel like everybody else. And he said, and it's the people that look like you and me, and it's not this idea that you have in your head. And he's like, and it's so important to make people feel like they're valued and worthy. And he really got through to these kids, and it was really so incredible. And it was because of the impact that all of you guys had working with him, and that those conversations and that camaraderie, and it really shone through. And he did it twice, and he wasn't able to do it last year, but we talked about it, and he gave me some talking points, in his in a way that only he could. He's like, don't forget to say this, but